And what happens here possibly is that you could have triggered how far they can push you. I mean, seriously, is that a relationship, a friendship, some sort of a connection? No, it's not. Your reaction is proof of their relevance, okay? And can I just say, it's not distance, it's basically emotional control. My friends, and welcome back. I hope that you're all doing really well. Now, I know some of you are at this stage and are experiencing this, and I know it's very challenging and very difficult and actually very upsetting when somebody ignores you, just kind of intentionally ignores you. But in particular, a narcissist ignores you, and it's really confusing. It's really confusing, particularly because they manage to manipulate this situation to make you feel like this. Being ignored hurts more than actually being insulted. And there's a reason for that. Silence is not peace. There's a message in this behavior. And by the end of this video, you're going to stop personalizing this silence and know exactly how to respond without losing your power. So let's get into it. So let's start off with understanding what ignoring actually is and what is actually going on here. It's not distance, it's basically emotional control. Silent treatment versus healthy space. The two are not the same. And while your nervous system, what happens here in this silence is your nervous system is panicking because you're imagining, or not imagining, you're thinking that the connection is being withdrawn from you. But what actually is happening here is that there is no connection in that way that you think there is. That is being withdrawn from you, or you perceive it as being withdrawn from you. But actually what is going on here is there's a deeper meaning, there's a deeper issue that is at play here. And this is what I'm going to kind of unpack in this video. So what it really means when a narcissist ignores you, okay, and can I just say, they don't ever fully ignore you, because the thing is, 9 times out of 10, you're actually going to hear back from them at some point in the future. We obviously don't know when, and timelines are completely different, but you will be hearing back from them. And what it means when they are ignoring you is they are regulating control over you, not emotion. Ignoring you restores their sense of dominance because everything is on their time. They're doing this on their time, and you have no control over, and you don't know when the next time is going to be when you hear back from them. Your reaction is proof of their relevance. So by you being the way that you are, you asking or you being upset, what's happening here is that this is proof of relevance, basically that they are still relevant in your life, because it means that you're thinking about them, you're wondering. Calm silence on their side, okay, means that you become upset, wanting reassurance, and they know this, and this is how they keep control over you. And you're going to say, Anushka, but Anushka, this is so hard because, like, I've never been in this situation before. I don't know what's going on. Like, why would this person do that to me? Well, the thing is, they want you to chase. That's why this is done. It makes them feel good. What happens is their withdrawal will activate the trauma bonds within you. And what it does do is then it makes you feel, or gives you the urge to want to fix, to want to repair this, to want to understand why they have gone silent on you. But the fact is here, is the fact that you wanting to fix it, there's this urge to want to be able to understand it. That's how they know that they are relevant in your life. That's how they know that they still matter to you. And if the thing is, if you then start being silent, okay, what happens then for you is then you get emotional stability. And actually you do. If you be silent, if you be still, actually you'll start feeling better. You'll start getting the clarity, you see. But they, when it's done to them, they can't handle it. And the chase replaces this genuine intimacy, this genuine connection that you want with this person. So can you see, this person isn't about connecting, isn't about building, isn't about moving forward in this relationship. It's always these strange behaviors, this kind of pausing that you have to do all the time, okay, and it's always you having to prove your love to this person. It can never be nice and calm. It can never go back to what it was right at the beginning. That's never going to happen. And this is basically the beginnings of the trauma. And what happens here possibly is that you could have triggered their shame or their insecurity for in some way, or something that you didn't do for them. And this is all perceived. This doesn't mean that, yeah, you actually did it. They think that you did it, so they withdraw themselves, or maybe you got too close, or maybe the relationship was getting too intimate. This again triggers their shame, it triggers their insecurity. So they have to retreat. And usually when they retreat, they will distract themselves with other things. That could be addictions, that could be other people, that could be that they might even withdraw within themselves and not go out, just be on their own. And it isn't something that you have done wrong, it's something that they perceive. Remember, their perception of relationships, their bonding with people is completely different to yours. Possibly you expressed a boundary, a need, or you stopped performing. So again, this is something that they had required from you, okay, and you didn't do it. And of course you're not going to do it because you're a human being, you're not a performing monkey. Because silence is safer than accountability. They can't talk, they're not going to communicate this to you. But what happens is you then internalize it and think that you have done something wrong. They're also testing your tolerance for neglect. How much will you accept without walking away? And ignoring is a compliance test as well. So this is all about your boundaries. This is all about how far they can push you. I mean, seriously, is that a relationship, a friendship, some sort of a connection? No, it's not. No, it's not, my friends. This is something different. This is something very, very strange that's going on. So what should you do? So this part changes everything. I think what is really important here, okay, for you to start withdrawing from this is stop explaining yourself. Stop. You haven't done nothing wrong. And I think deep down you know that. What you have to remember is this person is feeding off your sadness. This person is feeding off your upset. So stop explaining yourself, because explaining just feeds this dynamic further. You're not going to get answers. You're not going to get the explanation that you need, because they're not going to give you that. They're not emotionally equipped to be able to do that. And silence doesn't require a defense, does it? It doesn't require you to over-explain yourself. But before you do that, you need to regulate your nervous system. And this is why logic fails when you're dysregulated. You can't think properly. You're flooded. You're emotionally flooded. This is what we call it in psychology. You become emotionally flooded. You can't think straight. There's too much cortisol. There's too much adrenaline that's running through your body. So what needs to happen is your nervous system needs to calm, needs to reset. Okay? And that is when you can then start thinking properly. You can start thinking adequately. And you really think about it, hold on a minute, you're going to go silent on me. Who does that? Like, what kind of a person does that? We're in a dynamic, we're in a relationship, and you just go silent. What? Because I asked you a question. What? Because I expressed that I don't like this. Relationships are built on mutual respect and communication. Okay, how can you build when there is silence? Okay, granted, I know that there's going to be arguments, there's going to be times when there's miscommunication, you misunderstand one another, but eventually you start talking and you explain and you kind of work through it. But here you have no chance. No chance, my friends, because this person isn't about building, isn't about growing in this relationship. It's all on their terms or not. So simple grounding, breath work, body routines, going to the gym, Pilates, reformer, yoga, going out into nature. This is what I mean. You need to develop some sort of a routine. Now, I do have a nervous resetting program actually on my website. Check it out. It is below. And this is something that will help you to calm your energy. And in there is an amazing grounding meditation. Again, if you want to kind of purchase that, please do check the description box below. So I've got the link there. It is something that can be very, very helpful for you in terms of moving forward. I'm actually recording another one this week, so there will be a choice of 2 that you can basically access. Match clarity, not silence. One clear statement, okay? Don't repeat yourself, all right? And that's it. If they can take it, if they understand it, great. If they don't, fine, whatever. You're obviously not aware enough. You need to observe behavior, not promises. Because remember, people can say and do anything, okay? But the issue here is you need to observe their behavior over time. That's what you need to be looking out for, not what people say. 'Cause like I said, people say anything and everything, and people say a lot of things just to kind of smooth things over. And this is where you need to reclaim your focus. You need to shift the attention from why are they doing this to why am I saying, why am I accepting this? Detachment as self-protection, not punishment. Because when you detach, you'll be able to see things clearly. You'll be able to understand this from a completely different angle. So what I want you to remember is that being ignored doesn't mean that you are unworthy or that they have rejected you and they don't want you. This is all about control. It means also that you're in a dynamic that survives in uncertainty because there's no clear answer. And what you have to remember is you're not going to heal by being heard by someone that is committed to silence. So what I mean by that is you're never going to be able to move forward. You're not going to have what it is that you want from this relationship because this person, when things get too difficult or when they get upset, they shut down. They don't want to talk. So this stop and start is going to keep happening all the time? How can you build a healthy relationship in that dynamic? The short answer is you can't. So if any of this has resonated, please do give it a thumbs up. Also, I do have the journal club and there's also the mentorship. Please check the details below. These are all tools to help you to move forward and strengthen your mind, level up your mindset, become stronger. These are all tools that are going to be able to help you. So do check the description box below because there's a whole kind of library there. So just access whatever it is you need. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I really hope that this video has helped. Don't forget to subscribe and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye. Whew.